Hey guys, today I just wanted to talk about a few just random things. Um, Before I start this video, I would really just like to ask everybody to please, if you still actually watch my videos, I don't know if you do or not because I've switched back and forth so many times and I've done a lot of stuff, just random stuff, and I've never really been organized anyways. But I'm trying to really get things in order, but I'm gonna need some ideas because I've only got so many. Now, if you ask me specific questions, I feel like I'd be able to help. And I can do a Q&A video. I would really love to do a Q&A video. But like I said, people are going to have to ask questions before I can have a Q&A video. Therefore, I need you guys to ask questions. And it doesn't have to be about any of the topics that were in the video. Anything that you've ever wanted to know. Ask it in the comments. And I will make a Q&A video and I will try to include your questions. And I probably will include all of them since I only have like a few followers. It shouldn't be that difficult if everyone pitches in. Okay, so getting to the video. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was just basics in witchcraft and kind of just the regular stuff that you need to know. The first thing that you need to know is that everything is made up of energy. This is energy that is inside of us, inside of nature, and inside of everything else. And that's what gives you the ability to use magic and to practice magic, is to be able to use that energy to your will. And you'll learn how to do that through visualization, through being able to feel the energy after a little while, and even after a very, very, very long period of time, being able to see this energy. That comes with a lot of work. And it's easier for some people than it is for others, but everybody has a work for it. This energy, there are different types of it, not just good and bad, but they have healing energy, money energy, love energy, banishing energy, just force energy, stuff like that. I mean, you learn it over time how to visualize it and how to feel it. The next thing I want to talk about is tools. And I think I've already made a tool about a video, I'm sorry. I think I've already made a video about each tool and their functions, and it wasn't really that in-depth, I think. So the tools that you have, that most practitioners who use tools have, you have the pentacle or pentagram, you have the wand, you have the athame, and you have the chalice. And I'm going to go through each one, and then I'm going to expand into the other tools that you can also have. I'm going to start with the pentacle or the pentagram. The reason I say pentacle or pentagram is because you can use either one. It just depends on what you prefer to call it. I say pentacle because I actually believe that the pentagram is the star without a circle around it, and the pentacle, indicating circle, has the circle around it. But what this tool does is it can focus or magnify energy that you send out. And the reason that you need to do that is because your energy alone, it'll go to the universe whenever you send it out into a spell. But with your ritual pentacle just present, what it does is it magnifies that energy and it makes it more direct, so that whenever it reaches the universe, it has a stronger effect and it circulates back into your life with a stronger outcome. It makes your spell stronger. The pentacle or pentagram is a tool that corresponds with the element of earth. So you'd put it in the north with all of your other earth objects, crystals, salt, stuff like that. The next tool that I want to talk about sorry, is the wand. And what the wand does is it directs energy. And what that means is you can use your finger, by the way, and it'll have the same effect. You do not need any of these tools. The wand does is you point it and you visualize the energy, or you feel the energy or see the energy come out of it. And that's where you're sending that energy. And people use it to cast circles. People use it to invoke spirits and bless water, and all of this stuff has all of the same benefits that an athame has. The wand can either be a tool of air or fire. In my tradition, it's a tool of air, as air tends to be, for me, the kinder element, and I see an athame as not as kind as appearing as the wand. And that means it goes in the east. Simple. Nothing to it. You'll figure it out as you use them and as you go along, what all you're comfortable with using it for. The next tool is the athame. And like I said, it has a lot of the same qualities as the wand does. And a lot of people don't ever even use an athame. A lot of people just use their wand, or vice versa. It just depends on what you're comfortable with. But I would use both. And the reason for that is, especially with invoking a deity, it's complicated for me because it depends on what feels right for me. But a lot of the times, to call upon a spirit, I'll use my wand. The reason for that is I don't think the spirits appreciate it whenever you wave a knife in their face. But I do cast my circle with my athame. And the reason for that, for me, it's symbolic. It's cutting out a place separate from the mundane world. And also, I feel like it sends out a more direct version of that energy, making the circle's energy stronger. The athame can either be a tool of air or fire also. I think it's a tool of fire because fire is the more aggressive element. The chalice. What the chalice is used for, it is used to hold the sacred drink in the ritual. Most of the time this is wine. If you're underage, I suggest you use juice, just because of the fact that if you get caught, and the police officer, whoever is there, is going to correspond underage drinking with witchcraft religion and stuff like that, which isn't true, but unless they have read about it, they don't know any better. The chalice is used to hold the sacred drink, like I just said. It can be wine, grape juice, and in bulk you use milk. It can be anything you wish. Some people have herbal tea. It just depends. Most are made out of silver, or it's cheaper to get them silver plated. I know a lot of people who do that. It can be any type of goblet or cup that you want it to be. It just depends on what you are comfortable with. It's of the element of water. It corresponds with the goddess and the feminine aspect because it's supposed to represent the womb. That is why whenever you bless the wine, you hold your athame like this and you dip it inside of the chalice. And what this does is you're putting the athame, which represents the god, with the chalice, which represents the goddess. Therefore, this unity blesses the contents of it. Whenever you take it inside of yourself, you're taking inside the energy of the god and the goddess. Corresponds with the moon, the goddess, water, feminine aspects. It goes in the west, where water goes. And those are the 4 basic tools of Wicca, or witchcraft. Not everyone watching this video is going to be a Wiccan. And you don't have to be a Wiccan to practice witchcraft at all, trust me. It's just what I am, and loosely. But those are the 4 basic tools. Then we have the next tool that we have. I'm going to talk about the staff. The staff, for me, the high priestess would have the smaller tools the athame and the wand, while the high priest, well, no, that's wrong. For me, that's how it would work. While the high priest would have the staff, and also there's a sword, which is the same thing as the athame. But I've also read that the high priest has the staff, and the high priestess has the sword. And it all just depends on what path you follow, what books you've read, what you're comfortable with. It depends on a lot of different stuff, but they do the same things. The staff does the same thing as the wand, same element. Everything is basically just a larger wand, and it's the same thing with the sword. The sword is basically just a larger, more ritualistic athame, and it's easier to use these two tools whenever casting larger circles, because you're not going to want to walk around your back bent down, and it just looks cooler. You have the bowl. What the bowl does, it holds any blessing oils or blessing waters that you're going to use. If you have crystal water, blessing oil that you're going to want to anoint people with, or salt water, you're going to want to put it in that bowl and bless it with. I've only seen people bless it with the wand. Another tool that you have is the bell. Whenever the bell is ring clockwise, you call upon energies, spirits, gods and goddesses, and you can open your rituals. And ring it counterclockwise, you would banish negative energies and negative spirits, and you would close circles and dismiss any positive spirits you called to the circles after thanking them for coming. You have your incense burner, which you would use as you put any cleansing incenses in there, and you would burn it in that, obviously. Your smudging feather and your smudge stick and stuff, you use it to cleanse your house. It is basically just a bundle of sage or some other cleansing herb that you burn from top to bottom while you take the feather and you blow with the feather, because anything else is going to blow too hard. Ashes are going to go everywhere. The feather is gentle enough to blow the smoke without burning your house down. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. You have cord and ribbon, which you would use to line the circle if you're not going to use candles or salt or something like that. And for me, that's a lot easier because you're not buying candles and salt constantly just to line your circle so people know where it is. And also, you can make it look pretty cool if you do it correctly, which I'm sure you will. There's no incorrect way to do anything. As long as you can make a circular shape, you're good. That's it. On tools, and now the next thing that I wanted to talk about is different types of spells. You have candle magic, and what candle magic is you take a candle that where its color and its shape symbolizes what you want the outcome to be, and you would also dress it with an oil if you have it, or you would carve something like a rune or a sigil inside of it to make it more attuned with what you want the outcome to be. And basically what happens is you take the candle and you say the words of power and you light it and you allow it to burn all the way down. And what this does, it releases your energy into the universe, because that candle holds the energy that you wanted the spell to contain. And after it burns all the way down, it has floated out into the universe and it's going to circulate back into your life. And that's one of the most common types of spells for people to use, mostly because it's one of the easiest. The next one is mojos, and this comes from African traditions, hoodoo, voodoo, vado, stuff like that. And basically what it is, it's just a little tiny bag filled with herbs and crystals and sticks, stones, bones, anything like that that correspond with its magical purpose. And you would carry it around or place it in a place that you want it to protect or something like that. And that's how the spell would be cast, and you would charge it on a regular basis to keep the spell going. And those are for more long-term spells. The next type of spells that you have are poppet spells. And what that is, it would be, you'd think of a voodoo doll. That's a much darker version. Voodoo dolls magical dolls that you use for a magical purpose. They're called poppets. And they can be used for healing, destruction, love, anything that has to do with a person in itself. You could even use it to draw money to yourself by making a poppet of yourself and maybe gluing images of money or symbols that represent money or something like that, or actual money even over it, symbolizing you're attracting money to yourself. Something like that. They're not always used for evil. They can also be used for binding spells, where you would bind someone from doing harm. And in rare cases, they can be used for dark magic. If that's your purpose, I am cool with that. I have done plenty of dark stuff, and for me, it's hard to explain to people how to be a Wiccan and do the darker types of magic. But my belief is some people really deserve to get kicked in the ass every now and again. Sorry, YouTube, I cursed. Please don't flag me. Okay. You have magic where you don't need tools. You can just use yourself, meditation, words of power, things like that, where you're constantly releasing that energy into the universe until you feel like you send out enough and it should circulate back onto yourself. You don't need tools. All you need is yourself for magic, and I am a firm believer in that. I have always felt more comfortable using tools because the symbolism makes it click in my head that I'm doing magic. It just, something about it, I don't know, but you don't need it. And if you're comfortable just being yourself with no tools and doing that, then that's all you need to do. And let me think, is there anything else that I wanted to discuss? Not really. This is the first video I've made in a long time. I'm sorry I haven't made anything in a while. If you actually watch my videos and like them, I guess. Well, thanks for watching. Please comment if you have any questions about any of the topics I've mentioned, or if you want another topic mentioned that hasn't already been really thoroughly gone through before. I'll do a Q&A where I'll answer everyone's questions. I should do that within the next couple of weeks. I do have to go to school, and I am looking for a job right now, and it is kind of difficult. I just moved, so it's just going to be a long process. Please bear with me. Thank you, and blessed be.